Today we're going to be doing a test fill on the transmission. When I rebuilt this, I actually ran into an issue because it's an aluminum case. So this bolt right here is the reverse shaft locator bolt. That's what keeps the reverse shaft in place. And it was one of those, it stripped out, it just, became a righty-tighty, became loosey. So pulled it back out, came in, noticed pretty much all the aluminum threads came out with the bolt when I pulled it out. So we had to use a easy coil thread repair kit. So put that in, just threaded the bolt back in a couple days ago, let it sit, try to let it seal up with that easy coil kit, use some red Loctite, put the bolt in, been letting it sit there. So now we're gonna do a test fill, see if it's still leaking or not out of there, and we'll check back in. So these transmissions are actually kind of interesting. They take the same oil as the engines, which is just a 20W50 with zinc ZDDP. I have this kind of cheap ZDDP oil from Summit. Normally I run some Valvoline VR1, but for this test right now, all we're just gonna be using is just some cheap stuff I have. Just check for leaks until we can get this transmission installed and broken in once the car is ready. So all we have to do to fill this transmission is this fill plug right here. That's just been adapted to be a breather as well. So we'll just break this loose with a 7/8, get in there. These transmissions take about 1.5 quarts of oil. It's easy to tell though, because you'll see it start to fill up to about those threads, and that's how you know it's pretty much full. And we'll check back in just a second. All right, so we just use the rest of this quart that we had. We didn't have to do a total fill on it because, bolt's on the bottom anyways. So I just had to get enough in there to see if it'll start slipping past that bolt. So we'll just throw the fill plug back in for now, let it sit for a few minutes, see if it starts leaking out or not. It's also important to remember whenever you're putting fluid in a transmission or it has fluid in it, that you keep this rear shaft up above the level of everything else, because if you don't, fluid's going to come out. It seals up when the drive shaft goes in there. If you tip it back when it has fluid in it, fluid's going to go everywhere. Ask me how I know. All right, guys, so it's been about 15 minutes. We put a fresh paper towel under it. It's looking good. Nothing on the towel, no residue. That's just some dirt from where it was sitting on it. Everything looks good. Nothing on that bolt. Don't see any oil coming out right there. I'll leave it sitting for a couple days just to verify, but I think we're good on that. So we'll move on to the next project, keep you guys updated on whatever else we're working on. If you have any questions specifically about the car, transmission, anything, type of fluids I use, just leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them and give you guys some more information on these cars. See you guys later.